Alrighty, so we're gonna start in about 30 seconds. Good afternoon, everybody. So we're gonna wait in a couple of people if somebody wants to join in, and then we can just go through this workshop, and hopefully you will be able to get as much of it as you would hope so too. So I will do my best to be of service and of value. Don't have any music in the background other than the AC in the car. Alrighty, so I think we're gonna get started. So good afternoon. My name is Kate Andreeva. I've been with FFL since October 2020. I've been in the insurance industry off and on since 2015. I took a little bit of a mental break where I just thought that it's not what you want to do. And then I just had to come back because I realized that there is not really another place where you can make a wonderful living for yourself by helping other people. But that's not really the point of the call today. The point of the call is to talk about dialing. We love dialing, we hate dialing, we can live without it. But I guess the most important thing is that I wanted to say is that I'm like a big proponent of the mindset and the anticipation. So it's going to determine your day, the way you come into dialing, and it's going to set you up for either a successful day or not so successful day. So in order to make your dial day a successful day, first of all, you got to have enough leads, right? So you're not going to be able to call and set appointments if you don't have leads. So leads is your cash flow. Okay, so I would definitely recommend have at least 75 to 100 leads. So you basically set yourself for a success, and you have a lot more shots to be able to reach people and set appointments. So I don't know whether you're doing it full-time or part-time, but the traditional dialing schedule, as we all know here, is we get together on Mondays and we call to set up appointments for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday we call for Friday, Saturday. Definitely a couple of points that I wanted to say is make sure that you get on Zoom dials. If you're not familiar with a Zoom dial is, get in touch with your manager, find the link. I think for this particular group, it's FFL field training, and the password is integrity, all lowercase. So that's basically how you're going to learn. You're going to hear other people. You're going to expose yourself to muting, and that's how they can help you overcome a couple of objections, and that's how we learn. So because your environment is going to determine where you're going to go in this business, whether you've been dialing for 2 years or just 2 days. So, and another thing that I wanted to mention is to get a phone burner. Like I know once we get new in the business, we always get, like a lot of us work internet leads. So I was one of those people who didn't get the phone burner right away. I was kind of late jumping on that particular train. I don't know why. But anyway, so I guess I just thought that I can manually dial a lot better. But I had to learn. So the effectiveness that you're going to be able to get through, it's definitely amazing. So definitely get the phone burner and get as many leads as you can. And I'm just going to go and just kind of basically say, just kind of go through how I try to set up my dial day. But like I said, it's not like a rule because we all have different obligations and different commitments. So in my opinion, like I said, everything starts with a mindset. So what I try to do is that I try to, as I'm getting ready to go through my day, my dial day, I basically try to put out a positive energy towards the people, because I feel like the more positive energy you are going to expand, that's all going to come to you. So it's not going to be they, them. I'm basically asking God, universe, or whatever, help me find those who are looking for me. Help me find people who are looking for my help. So I just write positive affirmations. I'm so happy and grateful that I help people. families. I'm so happy and grateful that an appointment next 2 days. So whatever it is. So the more you're going to write it, this is particular energy that you're going to have just going into this dial day. Okay, so sometimes we have a tendency to overlook it, but to me, it's like the key that you cannot make it successful, because what you expect or what you expect to get, that's so. Honestly, some people get on the phone at 7:30. It's not always possible, but I always get on the phone between 8:30, no later than 8:30, and I just have concentrated dial efforts. So I download my leads in a phone burner and I triple dial them. So it means you call this lead 3 times in a row, and then you move into the next lead, and then you move into the next lead. So I dial from 8:30 till probably 12. And then I take a little break, just do whatever, just get on the training, look into the get in on the podcast. Then I have a little bit of a burst of dialing from 2 to 4, and then I dial from 6 to 8. So basically, your goal is to try to call as many people as you can, and you also will be dialing people who didn't answer your phone calls in the beginning, so they have seen your number enough throughout the day. So in the evening, while they might have gotten through work, gotten home from work, they will be most likely to answer it. So what I think what I'm going to do is just go through how I don't have any secret leads. 90% of the time, I actually work the leads from the CRM. So the 1-month-old, the 3-month-old, I also do aged mailers, which I send text to, but it's not really the point of the conversation that we do. So basically, I'm just going to go and just touch on a couple of things, because we kind of say the same things, but we say it a little bit different. So I think that the key is just to understand what the lead is, why they filled out the form, and how you can go and help them. So let's say if the person answers the phone, let's say it's Jennifer, okay? So I address her by her first name. Like, I don't say Miss Jennifer, Mrs. Jennifer. It's always, hello, Jennifer. And she's going to say yes, okay, if this is Jennifer. Because my whole idea, so in the first 20 or really 10, 15 seconds, people need to know who I am, why am I calling, and what do I need. So basically, because everybody's attention span is so short, and so I have to say, who am I? What is the reason for my call? And just address them properly. So she was going to say Jennifer, and I'm saying Jennifer, and she's saying yes. I would say, hi, Jennifer, this is Kate. I am not a telemarketer. I'm just getting back in touch with you in regards to the form that you filled out to get some information for life insurance. That's where you put that your birthday is 7/19/1975, correct? So, and then she's going to say yes. And then I would say, and that's also when you put that your email is Jennifer Smith 1975@gmail.com. Is this correct? And she's going to say yes. I'm going to stop here. The reason why I'm verifying the email and not necessarily the residential address, and I just wanted to emphasize that this is the 1 to 3-month-old or instant or the new internet lead that is available from the CRM. So I learned it from the training. If you dial before, you know that sometimes this or that reason, I'm not going to get into the details. The address is not really something that matches. Okay, so basically what they say, if you say, oh, this is your birthday, and then if you try to verify the address right away, they're going to be saying like, oh, I haven't lived in this place for 5 years, or I never lived at this particular address. So most likely they will actually have the same email address that they listed back in the day. So my just kind of idea is to get 3 years in between like in those first 15 and the 10 seconds. So that puts me more in the control. And then it also establishes some kind of the credibility, because what are the chances of the name not being the same, the birthday not being the same, or the email address, okay? So, and then let's say we got all of those particular 3 yeses, and you are gonna say, well, the reason I'm calling you is I am one of the licensed field underwriters, and the programs right now do not require any type of physical exam, no blood or urine. All they have me do is just to deliver the information to you and explain how the programs work. I'm going to be working in the area tomorrow or Wednesday. Which day works best for you? Okay, so you never wanted to give them, at this point, you're just giving them choices, okay? You don't want to give them yes, no, is this a good time for you? When can I come by? Are you still interested? So when you call, and if I'm a little bit all over the place, but I just want for you to understand, like, because when I was calling and dialing, once I understood why we were certain things, I was able to tailor it to my own cadence, my own accent, my own pauses. So I made it sound like it's actually coming from my heart and not from the paper. So once you realize why you're saying it, you will be able to maybe put a couple of things around. I actually put a couple of just this way I don't sound like I'm particularly reading off the piece of paper and I'm not a robot, okay? So when you call the doctor's office and they give you the options to set up an appointment, they don't ask you, hey, what would be a good day for you to come in? So the doctor's office lets you know when you're available, when the doctor is available. So let's say, okay, so the earliest appointment that Dr. Umbrella can see you is going to be Thursday, okay? So would you prefer morning or would you prefer an afternoon? And you're gonna say morning, okay? And they say, okay, it looks like Dr. Umbrella has 9:15 and 10:30, which one would work best for you? So you basically trying to set up your schedule and tailor to match Dr. Umbrella's availability. I don't care if you don't have a certain appointment on the book, because imagine if you call Dr. Umbrella and they're like, he's available all kinds of 3 days, you can come in anytime, baby. So that just kind of makes you wonder why nobody wants to see Dr. Umbrella. Maybe you should go and see Dr. Trash Can. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting outside and I'm just literally naming whatever it is. So once you understand that you do have so many requests that you have to get out and service people, then it's going to help you to put yourself in the position of advantage versus disadvantage, okay? So that's just going to be the key for you to say. So when you give a person a choice, okay, so I'm going to be in the area Tuesday or Wednesday, which day works best for you? And then they're going to say Tuesday. And I'm just going through like the nice, pleasant, wonderful people, and they don't have any objections at this point, okay? So you're going to say Tuesday, okay, I would say morning or afternoon. So if they're going to say morning, I'm going to give them 2 morning times. Okay, it looks like I have 10:30 available still and 11:15, okay? So which one works best for you? Oh, let's just go and do 11:15. And I'm like, perfect. Grab something to write down with. I was just going to give you some of my information, okay? So that just continues you to put you in the position of somebody in charge. So you are telling them what to do. So you are telling them, go get a piece of paper and just write something down. So then I say, my name is Kate. It's Kate. sometimes I give them my last name. It's super long. So, and well, it's not super long, but it's a little different. I said, my name is Kate. I'm going to go and give you my license number. That's something that you will see on my badge. So I'm going to give them a license number. And then I say, is it easy to find your address in the GPS? Okay. And they say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. If you know the area, sometimes I like to go and make like a frame of reference. And I'm like, okay, if I'm just coming in from, I don't know, Highway 10, which exit do I take if I'm coming north? Well, by God, I would never say that because I don't know which direction I'm coming from. But anyway, that's just a different point. But you ask for what is the best way to get to their house. So because the person mentally pictures you coming to their house, okay? So you are gonna say, oh, should I park in the driveway or is it a street parking? And then they just gonna go and give you a couple of directions. And I say, hey, I'm a short blonde who doesn't take no for an answer, so you won't be able to miss me. So you kind of just maybe say something funny, just establish the rapport, just get them laughing, and always ask them, well, Jennifer, I do ask for just a little bit of the leeway because we see so many people. So give me about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes leeway due to traffic. If I'm going to be longer than that, I'm just going to go and give you a call. Sounds fair? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So honestly, I don't get like 25 different confirmations. Sometimes people ask a lot of questions, but over the years that I've been doing it, I've just noticed that you'll be like, yes, she's definitely going to be there. And she's definitely going to get a policy, and you put this idea in your mind, and then you get to the house and she's not answering the door, so you'll be like, Jennifer, girl, like what happened, so I don't really rate my appointments because I want to go and give everybody the same chance. So what I'm putting the pressure on, not on Jennifer, but I'm putting the pressure on the numbers. Okay, how many appointments do I set for the next 2 days? Just to make sure that if Jennifer, if something happens, if her kid got sick, or if she just doesn't feel like it, I'm not gonna be in the position where I cannot provide for my family. Okay, so that's just kind of the idea that you do when you when you do a phone call. So that is all seeing a person face to face. When we are doing virtual sales, the goal would be to do the one call close because you have them on the phone at the moment. So we're not going to talk about this. This is a different workshop. I'm just talking about setting up appointment to see somebody face to face. Okay. Oh, and I actually did forget a thing. So once I got all kind of directions from the house, I would say, hey, Jennifer, just before I let you go, would you please verify your residential address? This way we make sure this is right in our system. And she says it's 1978 Success Lane. Okay, so because by this time we have already established, that I'm coming, that she knows who I am. So because lately, the addresses, because this or that reason, have not necessarily been matching. Just like I live in South Louisiana, a lot of people moved with Ida, with the hurricanes, things happen. So it might have been the address that they were at whenever they filled out the thing. Do you have any questions at this point before I move to the objections? And you can unmute yourself if you have a question. All right. So the next thing I'm going to say is our wonderful and favorite objections. Okay. So the most common ones is, what would you say? I'm not interested. Okay. I'm not interested. I didn't fill it out. I have already this taken care of. Oh, I don't know what time I'm going to be home. Give me a call back. Okay. So I'm not interested, it's just a common knee-jerk reaction. They're not even sure what it is because like they're so used to saying that I'm not interested. So like, I mean, it's just, like I said, just a natural thing to go through. Okay. So you have to understand that in order to overcome this objection, you have to agree with the person. And I'm like, perfect. Let me just go and add some notes. Are you not interested because you don't think that you're going to be able to qualify, or you don't think like you're going to be able to afford it? So you're trying to get a couple of additional questions to understand what their reason for saying this might be. Okay, because sometimes people, like, they might have been shopping for a while, or they just assumed in their head that it's going to be outside of their particular price range, and you're going to be saying, so perfect, I understand. Are you saying this because you don't think like you can afford it, or you don't think that you can actually qualify? Oh, I talked to some people and it was too much. I said, perfect, that's exactly why I'm giving you a call. So we work with about 20 different companies, and my job is just to shop around and let you know what options are available. So what Tuesday or Wednesday work best for you? So you get you acknowledge, and I said, I understand, I feel you, I agree, perfect. So, and then you just go back to the particular script. Okay. So it doesn't always go as smooth. And I'm not saying that I'm able to set up every appointment with the person who says something like this, but as long as I can just make it sound like it's not a big deal, like, because yeah, I've heard it so many times. Perfect. Are you not interested because you don't think that you can afford it, or you don't think that you can actually qualify? Because there is some kind of a reason. Okay. So I got this already taken care of. Okay. I'm going to say, perfect. So when you filled out the form, were you just trying to compare prices, or you were just trying to see what's available? So I'm like, oh, I was just shopping around. I just wanted to get some quotes. Okay. Did you want to get some quotes because you wanted to add an additional policy, or just wanted to see what else you may be able to qualify for? Oh, I was just potentially looking to add an additional policy, but I'm not interested right now. Perfect. Well, that's actually not a big deal. My job is just to let you know what options are available. They just literally pay me just to drop it off and just let you know what you may be able to qualify for. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday work best for you. So you basically, like I said, you did the same thing. You said, perfect. You acknowledged their concern. You said, and then you just went back to the appointment setting. I'm not interested. I got this already taken care of. I didn't fill it out. I didn't fill it out. I don't remember. I heard a wonderful thing from one of the trainings. One of the agents said a great thing. She said, perfect. The good thing is that we actually don't require for you to remember filling out the form. My job just to give you the information and let you know what you may be able to qualify for. So that just kind of just maybe throws them off, because it feels like they're almost anticipating for you to come back with some kind of a feisty answer, you know. But sometimes I just say like, perfect. Well, I can like barely remember what I had for dinner last night. So will Tuesday or Wednesday work best for you? And then you just go back into setting their appointments. Just make sure, guys, that if you are seeing somebody face to face, sometimes we just have a tendency to overlook it, and I don't always do it as well. Let's say, are you married, single, or share the household with another adult? A reason for this, because you want to make sure that you present the information for two people, because that's really the decision that you have to be making together. Okay. And then so if they say, oh, I'm gonna be home by 5, but my husband doesn't get there till 7. Okay, no worries. I actually have 7:30 available or 8:15. Which one would work best for you? Sometimes people ask, well, why does he need to be there? Or why does she need to be there? I make all of my decisions myself. We all know how that works. But basically the way I said, well, that is a household benefit and we are required to explain it to both people at the address. So basically, and just like on a little bit of the side note, so if you just get to the house and another party is not there, I would not recommend to go through the presentation. If, let's say, the person is not sure, well, I'm not really sure what the work schedule is, or we're so busy, just go and give me a call in a couple of weeks. I have so many things going on, okay? We've all had it. And I'm like, perfect, I'm super busy myself. That usually takes just 10 to 15 minutes. What time do you typically get home in the door? Because you are super busy, and that's only fair for you to just acknowledge that you both have a job to do, and then your job is just to go and set up an appointment. So sometimes it helps a person, sometimes you can help a person to make the decision, especially if they're not sure what time they're going to be there or what time is the husband going to be there, because his work schedule is different, or you're not sure what time he may be home. So in this case, what I like to say is, then I said, perfect. So what is the latest that he's home from work? Okay. And I said, is it more like 5:30 or is it 7? She's like, oh, he's definitely home by 7. I'm like, well, what I can do, guys, I can put you down between 7:30 and 8. Okay, like if something changes on your end, give me a call. So what you're trying to do, you're just basically letting a person know that you will be coming by. Like, it doesn't have to be like super orchestrated, super set down, write it down. So it's kind of like, sometimes it's something which is called a quick set, you know, no worries, I'm going to be there between 5-7. If I happen to be around the corner, I will give you a call, or not give you a call, I will knock on the door. Okay. So if you see a short blonde, don't freak out. I don't know, just say something funny, you know, and then they're just gonna go and hopefully laugh, you know, because if you make a person laugh, they will remember. And so let's say if I'm setting an appointment with a husband and he's married, okay, and don't forget to ask for the wife's name, because as we all ladies know, if there is another lady at the door and you open and you don't know your name, you're in big trouble. So basically I would say, John, I'm going to put you down between 7:30 and 8. So just do me a favor and let your wife, Jennifer, know about it, because if I show up at the house and she's not aware, you and me are in big trouble, okay? And then he laughs, you laugh, whether he lets you know about this, lets her know about this or not. So it's going to be on him. But that's just basically, I guess, you know, the most common objections that you get to overcome. Like, and it doesn't matter whether it's a mortgage lead, whether it's a final expense lead, whether it's a YouTube lead, we all say essentially the same thing. So the script does not have to be so super difficult or super different, okay? So you filled out the request to get some information for state regulated life insurance. You filled out the request to get the information about mortgage protection to pay off the house in case of death, disability, or sickness. Or you clicked on the link to watch a video. So, and that just kind of like, I guess, is going to be the key that you go through. But what I also had to learn through my dialing, so as much as you concentrate on the numbers, make sure that you set up quality, not necessarily the quality appointment, but it's like that the person has expressed some sort of interest, because I was so determined to get my numbers and win and set this appointment, because I had to prove something to myself that I could overcome all the objections. But they told me 5 times, it doesn't matter what I say, they're not interested, they're not looking for life insurance, or they have no particular desire to talk to anybody, just beat it down. And I would just basically cheat myself, just making the numbers look like I had so many appointments, but I actually didn't have an opportunity to go in and help the family. So just kind of set up your goals, but you also want to make sure that you concentrate on helping people. And I guess that's just the main points that I wanted to touch. I don't know whether it's helpful or not. Do you guys have any particular questions? We can go through a couple of other scenarios, or if you just want to role play with the most common objections that you are getting, I will be happy to do that. No questions. All right, I'm gonna
Hey, I got some objections for you.
okay, nice. I love it.
Yeah, if no one has objections, I do. That means we ain't dialing enough, right?
Right.
Hey, I don't think I did that, right? I know you covered it earlier, but I don't think I did that. Well, have you found that to be
Okay,
very
perfect.
successful
So
fighting with people? I mean, what's your success rate in going that direction? Do you just let it go?
I mean, it's just like I said earlier, you just got to go and know where to push. So if the person absolutely had no interest and they just filled out the survey to get like a Walmart gift card, it doesn't really just make any difference for you to beat them down to have an appointment, you know? So sometimes I would say, like, you don't think that you requested some information on life insurance, or it's just not important to you. So sometimes it just kind of throws people away. So, but I always try to ask what exactly they are not sure about, or what exactly did they do. So you can engage in some type of the dialogue, you know, it's helpful. But guys, I'm just gonna tell you from my own experience, I'm stubborn in my own ways. So don't cheat yourself by like putting a whole bunch of numbers on the board but not having the quality appointment. But ask me like maybe one or two questions, and like always anticipate. That's always like perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling you. Oh, I just got a policy. I'm like, perfect. That's exactly why they have me giving you a call. Which of one of our carriers did you go with? And they're gonna say, oh, I just got it with Mutual of Omaha. And I'm like, perfect. Love them. Work with them as well. Did you get it over the phone, where you called in on a phone number? Did you mail it in? Or did the actual agent whose name you know helped you with the policy? Oh, I just mailed the policy in. I just filled it out. They just sent me something in the mail, you know, so I've just been thinking about it. So as you go through the dialing, you just realize and you learn that that particular policy had a 2-year waiting period. But that's exactly why they have me giving you a call, just to help you review the policy or whatever. So just find something